Okay, our workout for our last day of 2021 is called I'm Feeling 22. It is a 22-minute AMRAP. You're going to do 22 box jumps overs or box jumps, or if you don't have a box or jumping is not good for you, step ups, or we can do a squat jump. So I'll show you all those variations. 22 wall balls. If you don't have a wall ball, we will do a light thruster with a single dumbbell or a double dumbbell. 22 handstand push-ups. Most of us won't be doing that version, so we're going to do push-ups instead. And then 22 single dumbbell hang, clean, and jerk. So basically just hang, clean, and overhead. We'll go over what that looks like. You're going to do 11 per side, and you can break that up however you want. You can do alternating, or you do all 11 on one side, all 11 on the other side, or whatever variation. Okay? This is going to be a slow and steady workout. Break all these reps up. Obviously, 22 is a lot of reps in a row, so take your time, break them up to manageable rep ranges, and then just small breaks, and then get back at it. Okay. You can expect to do 2 to 3 rounds-ish, depending on your ability and what you use for weight and all that kind of stuff. So let's go over for warm-up. You're going to do 2 minutes on your machine. Okay, then because we're going to be doing a lot of squat work, we're going to do some 90-90s. So you're going to come down to the ground. Feet are going to be wide, hands behind your back. You're going to drop your legs over to one side. And then you're going to reach that chest up and over that front knee. Drive that hip back. Sit nice and tall. Drive the other hip down to the ground. And then you're going to slowly fan one leg at a time to the other side. We're going to reach up and over. Drive that hip back. Sit nice and tall. Drive the other hip down to the ground. And then roll one side to the other. Okay, and you can try to do that without hands behind or just as little as you need. You're going to do that 4 times. So up and over on each side 4 times. Okay, after you're done now, we're going to do some up-down dog with a little bit of a twist. So you're going to start hands and knees. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. Dig your toes in. You're going to press up and back, reaching that chest towards our toes, and then pressing those heels down for a gentle stretch. Then opposite hand is going to reach to opposite leg, reaching up and around. Still trying to keep the elbow nice and straight. Then back, and then other side, reaching. And then we're going to come through high plank or low push-up. Drop those hips, shoulders back and down. If this is a little too much, you can always come onto the elbows. Take a couple breaths here, and then you're going to press up and back and reach diagonally again. Okay, so just take your time, focus on positions. You're going to do that 3 or 4 times, your choice. Okay? After you're done that, then it's just a matter of going through the movements. And we're going to do about half a round for each movement, just warming up those positions. So box jump overs. Obviously, if you have a box, you're going to jump up onto it. I'm going to demo with my bench, but I'm not going to jump on it. So 2-footed hop, okay, up, and then stand all the way to the top, step down, okay? Again, if jumping is not good for you, then a high step up, driving through the leg, trying to stay nice and tall, standing all the way up, and then making sure you switch your leg each time, okay? If you don't have anything to do that with, then we can always do a squat jump, okay? So control your squat deep as you can, and then you're just going to leave the ground a little bit at the top. So control down, control up just to that very last second, and then drive through those feet, okay? So once you sort of figure out what option you're going to do, we're going to do 11 of those, okay? Or 12 if you're going to do step-ups just to make them even on each side. 4 now. After you're done that, wall ball. So if you have a wall ball, you're going to hold that weight like a tripod. So chin, hands in hands, elbow stays forward. You're going to get into your deepest squat, staying as tall as you can, and then throw it in the air. Okay, so even if you don't have a wall to put it on, you can still do the toss in the air. Okay, if you don't have that available, then another option is to use a single dumbbell. We're going to place it sideways. We're going to do that squat, and then press to your best overhead position, okay? Or you can do it with double dumbbells as well, okay? If you want to use, if that's a little hard on your upper back position, then this is going to be a little easier for that tightness. So let those dumbbells into the shoulders, squat, and press overhead, okay? Before you do that, I would do 5 squats, 5 presses, just to get those warmed up, and then do your 11 squat press, okay, whatever variation that you're going to do. After you're done that, we're going to do push-up variation. So find a surface that you can make this a little easier than maybe normal for our push-ups. You want to have your hands just outside the shoulders. Elbows are tracking at 90. They're not out to the side. They're not super tight. Okay, so find that position, shoulders back and down, and you're touching nipple line or below on each one. Okay, body is moving together, so squeeze that butt up on the tiptoes, all the way down, all the way up. Okay, warm up into this. Go a little higher position if you have that availability. Do 5 and then get down to your right position and do another 6 or 5, whatever you want to do. So 11 total, but again, we don't want to just jump necessarily right into it. Take your time with that. And if you don't have an elevated surface, we can always do like push-ups on the toes or even push-ups on the knees, but just make sure that butt stays high and you're getting all the way down, okay? The elevated surface just allows us to have more variation and it transfers better to the strength for the full push-up. Okay. After you've done 11 of those, then you're going to do a single dumbbell hang, clean, and jerk. So this might be a new movement to a lot of us. What we want to focus on, a few different things. Okay, so you're just going to have one dumbbell. This can be heavier than what you're going to use for your wall ball, so don't be worried about switching that up. Long arm in the bottom, and then first thing I want you to do is just butt back, squeeze, butt back, squeeze. Okay, when you squeeze, you can see my dumbbells coming out a little bit. Okay, we're going to try to counteract that once we get this going. Keeping that core nice and tight. And I want you to just do a little bit of a tracing. So put that dumbbell down, thumb by your side. You're going to shrug your shoulder and keep that thumb nice and close to your body and around. Okay, shrug, trace it up the side of your body and around. So instead of going out and that dumbbell coming back, we want to think about squeeze, shrug, and around. Okay, so with the dumbbell, butt back, squeeze, shrug, and around. Obviously that's a little faster, but try to think of that. So try to do a little bit of that technique work before you get even weight or heavy weight, is focusing on using your legs, okay, as much as possible. Your knees don't come forward. You put that butt back. The arm is long, okay? Arm is long. We're going to shrug. Arm is long, and then it comes around. Okay, so butt, shrug to the shoulder, and then from here, it's shoulder to overhead, however you want to do. So we can just do a strict press, okay, depending on what weight you're using or your comfort. You can do a dip drive, or you can even do a little bit of a press jerk if you want. Okay, this might be a little harder on the shoulder, so just be careful with that one. Shoulder to overhead. Make sure elbow to ear, best that you can. If it's out here, that's going to be really hard on your shoulder. If that is tight for you overhead, just take that part out of the movement. Okay, just do the clean to the shoulder. So you can switch, like I said, you can do one side and switch on each one. Okay, or you could do all 11 or however you want to break that up. But I want you to do at least 6 per side after you sort of figured out and do some of those drills with the weight that you're going to use for the workout before you get into the workout. Okay, so a lot of going through the movements today. After you've done that, set your timer for 22 minutes, slow and steady, get going. And then as far as cool down today, lots of people were saying like their shoulders or their traps are a little tight, a little stretched to the hallways. So I'll give you 2 options for that. So one is to grab a light to moderate weight dumbbell. You're going to just have one on one side. You're going to turn your palm out, okay? And then you're going to let your head drop to the other side and let that just pull your shoulder back and down into that position. So this one I learned from Julie, so thanks Julie. It's a good one. And just relax and rest. Hold that for 30 seconds to a minute, and then switch and do the other side. So just make sure that palm, I like the palm turned out because it rolls your shoulder into a better position, and then let that head come to the other side, okay? And then another one that we've done a lot is back of the hand to the lower back. You're going to have a little internal rotation of the shoulder here, so relax that. You're going to bring your head again, ear to the other side. And then two options, you can either put your hand on top, don't yank on it, just relax and rest it, just a little bit of weight. You could do that. Or hand off, and you're just going to rotate your chin to the shoulder, and then your ear to the shoulder. Nice and slow, almost like you're shaking your head no on an angle. Okay, again, 30 seconds to a minute per side, and then do the other side. That's it. Hopefully you're feeling like you're 22 after you're done that. I highly doubt it, but that would be great if that is how it worked. Other than that, have a happy new year, and we'll see you in the new year.